We've been doing this now for 3 years, so everybody looks forward to this one. But we break down what it's like to be in one of the most exclusive golf tournaments in the world. And if you don't know what we're talking about the Masters Golf Tournament at Augusta National. And break down exactly for those new people who are just tuning in and don't realize that this is a yearly thing that we do.
Yeah.
Explain to them the origin of the Master Scammer.
So it is a golf tournament that I didn't know existed 3 years ago. And we got to go as a wedding gift to you from me. And it's one of those things that you really have to know someone to go. Or you spend your entire life savings in order to go. And we didn't have that back then.
We did not have that.
So we just like kind of finagled our way and we snuck in through the back door, which is my favorite door to go through. And we just like made it happen. We went to the most exclusive thing.
Now, remember, just so people understand, there's a difference between a con artist and a scammer.
Yeah.
A scammer shows up and brings a new life to the party.
Yeah.
Right? Weasels their way in, but brings a positive outcome to the situation.
Yeah, a scammer is someone that weasels their way into the club, into the restaurant, and gets in legally, respectfully,
And to no detriment. Uninvited, but to no detriment
to
of
the event.
People, to the event or the people there.
Or the legacy of it.
Or the legacy.
A con artist tarnishes the reputation.
Yes.
Breaks in, steals. Thieves.
Bamboozles.
Hoodwinks. Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
Ponzi schemes. But we didn't do any of that.
We didn't do any of that.
It was all legal and respectful.
It was all legal and respectful. So just so you know, we're coming into this with such honor and admiration for the golf tournament.
Right.
But we did see some con artists there.
Yeah.
I definitely saw a couple people who I thought, who let you in? Okay?
Oh, for sure.
And not to be an elitist, but there were some folks where I'm like, I know the dicks that I had to suck to get these tickets. What did you? Who are you sleeping with?
Exactly. I also feel like every year we're stressed out because we want to be right. You know what I mean? We want to be respectful. We want to be dressed cute. We want to follow all the rules besides breaking and entering. But then I see other people there and I'm like, what?
Did you not get the same memo?
You're not following the rules.
You're not following the rules.
I have to give everything to get in here. And you gave nothing. You showed up in a T-shirt.
You showed up in an absolute T-shirt. Where is the press pop collar? Wow. Well, you know what? We scammed our way another year in. Now, I don't want to say that we didn't have an eventful time. We very well did. But here's the thing. Now that we are, I guess, closer inside the ropes. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what inside the ropes is, it means you get to walk next to the players. Now, we're not technically inside the ropes, but we're friends with a lot of the golfers now who we have a ton of respect for. But now we get it. The first year we were Master Scammers, we were there, we were chugging all the azaleas.
Yeah.
But now we're really invested in the careers of our friends who are golfers. So we were more about the sport this time and less about the leisure.
Yeah, exactly. This was the most I've cared ever.
And
I never even knew what it was 3 years ago.
And now we're actually hole by hole following.
I know rules.
I know. I'm keeping score.
Yeah, I know how to read the scoreboard.
I was having visions like the week before. I was having visions about, where everybody was going to be on the final day. Like I was having absolute visions from the Lord. And I said, this is too much pressure. Yeah. I want to be a spectator and a cheerleader of the sport.
I want to have fun. And I remember the first year I couldn't read the scoreboard. It was like reading an abacus, and my people invented it. Asian people invented the abacus, and now I'm like just up there doing calculations.
Yeah, now the calculations, my brain hurt. Not only does my back hurt, but my brain hurt from calculating where our friends were in the hierarchy.
Yeah, in the lineup.
Of the lineup of golf.
Yeah.
So it was a little, it's like they say, don't look behind the curtain. Once you look behind the curtain, sometimes you know too much.
Exactly.
I'm invested.
Now I'm
invested. It's like
invested.
when people want to work, I have people are like, oh, I'd love to be your assistant. I'm like, no, you don't want to see me just sitting at home on the back porch having one tear roll down my cheek because I'm tired.
They don't want to watch what I watched on the couch last night with you and Jeff.
What was that?
You guys were like humping each other.
We were not humping each other. There was nothing sexual about that.
There was, and the dog was in between your legs. And
that was a family cuddle. That was fun and cuddle. There was nothing sexual about that.
I don't know. It felt weird.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that felt weird.
It's two big people on a teeny tiny couch with a dog between their legs.
Actually, if you remove the back cushions on that couch, it's technically a full-size bed.
It's a double wide.
It's a double wide. But we didn't
a double wide and fried.
Yeah. But we did not remove the couch cushions.
No.
All right. So one thing that people have to understand is the merch situation at the Masters.
Oh,
okay?
It's so insane.
It's insane. Now, first of all, let's back up. First of all, at the Masters, it is no cell phones. So you have to check your phone Like at a coat check, a cell phone check at the front. So you have no communication. There are random free payphones, if you will.
Yeah, but
so
who knows anyone's number?
Who knows anyone's number?
Yeah. I didn't even have a pen.
No, you gotta memorize people's numbers.
Yeah.
So you do not have any way to communicate if you don't say, "Hey, meet by the scoreboard, meet by the tree, by the clubhouse at a certain time."
Yeah.
Also, I noticed they took the clocks away. There was no way to tell time.
there was no clocks. I feel like before that we would see a clock here or there.
There was a clock,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now they're really messing with you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell time. I had to I had to read try and study the stars and be like, okay, where is the sun sitting by this tree at this time? Maybe it's 12:15. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. I mean, some people had watches, but
Some people have Rolexes. Let's be honest. There are people at this event, at this tour, that have Rolexes. Okay, and remember, it's not a watch; it's a timepiece.
We don't have them.
That is on our vision board. We are going to add.
Well, your husband had one.
He does not have a Rolex. What are you talking about?
Oh.
He does not have a Rolex. We don't own any fancy things ever. We don't own anything. What are you talking about? There are no fancy things.
That's right. He has nothing.
He has nothing. He wears an Apple Watch just like everyone else. The fucking Rolex. Okay, first of all, the Rolex, that's a whole nother conversation.
Wait, we should circle back to the beginning when the trips start. And every year we're so excited to go. And tickets weren't confirmed for me. And I mixed up the ticket situation, but I ended up scamming my way in.
Yeah.
But what really was the beginning of this trip was getting into your husband's car. And he's listening to the podcast at 1.5 speed about golf.
He was going to make us listen for 2.5 hours.
1.5 speed.
To a podcast and talk like that.
He buried on 3 and he buried on 4. And we were like, I was like, what is going on?
We were in the car 3.5 minutes and we said, no.
I was worried that he was going to get so offended that I was losing my mind. But then you were like, yeah, this is messed up.
Can I tell you, it'll wake me up sometimes. He'll go in and listen to his podcast. He'll make breakfast in the morning and I can hear him and it wakes me up. Downstairs. Even if he's listening to it on soft volume, if you hear anybody, it sounds like it's an auction. Like I think he's like viewing a live auction on his fucking phone.
And it makes you crazy because then you think you're dreaming in that speed.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, I've lost it.
Can I tell you the amount of people that DM me once I put that up on Instagram and I said, this is going way too fast? The amount of people that said that they listen to me fast. I already talk fast.
No, I don't get
Y'all
that.
should slow me down.
Yeah, I don't know what pills y'all are on. I need to get on them if you can listen that fast.
Oh my God. Yeah, y'all all out of your fucking
minds. And I don't
minds.
understand how he listens that fast because he gets about 2 words out per minute. He talks like this.
Slow.
I think for dinner, I'm gonna have. But he listens to a podcast. I think for dinner, I'm gonna have a pork chop with a side of mashed potatoes. And I'm like, what is going on? That's not mathing.
It's not. The math is not mathing.
No.
And we were also like, listen, we're about to do golf for 4 days. Can we listen to anything else? I'll listen to a podcast about the economy. I don't even know how the economy works.
Or history. He's a history person. I would rather listen to the Roman frickin' Empire.
I'd be very interested in listening to a podcast about the Roman Empire.
And then he wanted me to listen to these 3 ding-dongs talk about golf for 3 hours when we were going to watch golf for 3 days.
Oh my God. Like we're in the elements. Like relax. So then he got all upset. We hadn't even passed the frickin' Trader Joe's by our house. And he was yelling like, let me listen to my podcast. How I want to listen. And then I was, questioning his intelligence. Like how can you absorb something that quickly?
Yeah, he wasn't absorbing it.
Did you ever see
But also what's wild is he can listen to that at 1.5 speed, but he can't listen to you for directions.
Oh, no. That's a man thing.
And he can't remember what you asked him to pick up at the store. He can't absorb what you're saying at your speed of speaking, but he can listen to a podcast at 1.5 about golf and nothing.
Exactly. If there are 4 men talking about... Here's the thing, too. 90% of these podcasts are people... Like he listens to this Penn State podcast. And we're in April. He's listening to what their predictions are for the fall.
Which is not till like August, September.
It's predictions. 90% of these male podcasts, when it comes to sports, are them just making an educated guess. They don't even really know what the fuck they're talking about. Can you
imagine if we listened to a podcast that was predicting what Kyle Richards is going to do next season on Beverly Hills?
It's exhausting.
No.
I'm like, these are all just guesses. It's cuckoo guesses.
I guess I should just start making predictions.
Yes. You should get a crystal ball and just be Miss Cleo and just make predictions.
Honestly, I'm Cleo's cousin.
You are Cleo's cousin.
It says 1-800-CALL-ME.
Guys, we're so low energy because we are fucking dead. We are so goddamn
I literally
tired.
can't feel my foot.